Alrighty, welcome back to another review, everybody, here on Hallow Haunts. I'm your host, Will, and today for this review, I'll be reviewing Tobe Hooper's 1974 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, I just got done watching this movie last night, and this movie is definitely a classic. It's definitely disturbing in its own ways. It's very intense, if you're into that kind of stuff. People call it gory. I wouldn't really call it gory. I mean, it is. I would call it gory, but I wouldn't, if that makes any sense. You don't really see a lot of blood in this film, surprisingly, and that's good. You know, you could call it gory, and you still won't see any blood. That's a good thing. There's just there's not that much of a kill count in this movie. You think, like, for a movie that's about these cannibals in Texas, you'd think you'd see a higher kill count. No, there's not. It's just, there's a couple kills. The story's basically about this group of teens that go to Texas. I guess they're taking, like, a road trip or something, and things start getting dark, you know, like, they pick up this hitchhiker. And he's like, this dude is just fucking nuts. You look at this guy, you're like, oh, God, this dude is crazy. And then the hitchhiker scene, I feel like the hitchhiker scene is the start of shit getting fucked up. Stuff that's like, all right, this is weird. You know, like, the hitchhiker scene really starts that stuff in this movie. You're looking at this guy, you're like, wow, this dude looks like he's crazy. I mean, he's got blood on the side of his face, and he cuts himself with a knife, and he burns a picture. He takes a picture of like the kid in the wheelchair, and he just burns a picture. He burns the picture or something. It's just crazy. Then he, like, writes on the van once they drop him, like, they kick him out of the car. It's weird in, like, the beginning, and then in the opening scene of this film is very unsettling, I feel like. It's very just really unnerving. Like, you get these shots of these corpses. It's supposed to be like a police investigation scene, and then it shows some body on a cross in a cemetery. That's a very unsettling scene, and you got, like, a police report playing in the background. That's very intense, or it's like a radio or something. That had me unsettled. A lot of people would say this movie is the scariest movie they've ever seen, and I'd agree with them. This movie is definitely a scary one. It's a classic, though. You can't go wrong. Again, this movie came out in 74, so it started the slasher craze, but again, it went for its own thing. It wasn't like a dude. It's a guy in a mask, and he's chasing teenagers, but it's not like, you know, you don't really learn about these characters yet, but until, like, the barbecue, like, when the girl goes to the gas station and she's being chased by Leatherface. By the way, Leatherface is awesome. This is really the start of Leatherface. This was the birth of Leatherface. And a lot of people know Texas Chainsaw Massacre for Leatherface, and he's the top guy in this film. So, but like what I was saying, the barbecue scene or the gas station scene, when she goes to the gas station and runs to the old man, who ends up being part of the family. He's crazy as well. He's a cannibal as well. You see, like, because he has a barbecue or something at the gas station, and it's fucked up because it's people. It's not animals or anything. And I think that was like, oh my God, that's so creepy, man. So the scene that's so, like, when I watch it, I cringe. It's the scene at the dinner table, and this is probably my favorite scene in the whole movie. It's the scene at the dinner table where she's tied up, and they're just laughing at her, and they're like, she's just begging for them to not do anything, and they're just like it's just a very intense scene. It's wow, it's crazy. But again, Tobe Hooper did a great job, and a lot of people would base this off of, I believe his name is Ed Gein. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I believe that's his name, and a lot of people were comparing it to his story. I wouldn't think so personally. I mean, yeah, he was a butcher and all this stuff, but I wouldn't say, he had a family and they were killing all these people. I don't know. I don't really know too much about his story, so I'm going to have to look his story up. But a lot of people were comparing it to that, and I don't know. So let's get to the movie. The movie is shot good, very good cinematography. The visuals are great. It's a great movie. The acting is the acting is probably the best thing in this movie, especially Marilyn Burns' character, Sally. Fucking great. It's just, everything about this movie is a classic. And I know what you're thinking, you're going to be reviewing movies you like and all this stuff, and you're going to be doing this and that, and, well, yes, I want to get movies that are good out the way first, like the classics. I will be reviewing movies that I fucking hate, Truth or Dare being one of them. So, but again, I'm starting with classics, and you'll see more reviews. I'm going to be reviewing every horror movie I can on this channel. But anyway, back to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This movie is definitely a classic. It's definitely intense. It's definitely scary. It's just a crazy movie, and they had a pretty low budget of, I believe, somewhere around $90,000. I think it was more, but it was a pretty low budget. So, and they made it work. And yeah, this movie is just a really build up movie, and it build up to, oh fuck, shit's about to go down, if that makes sense. So, what would I give the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Well, I'd give the Texas Chainsaw Massacre a 5 out of 5. It's definitely a great classic horror film. It will go down as one of the best. So, that was my review, everybody, on Texas Chainsaw Massacre. If you want to go check out the movie, go watch it for yourself. It's definitely a good one. It's definitely scary if you want to go see a good scary movie during this quarantine nonsense. By the way, people, stay safe. Yeah. During this quarantine, I know coronavirus is a big thing right now, so stay safe, everybody. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I will be reviewing more movies next, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Like, rate, comment, and subscribe.